talk about here as we get ready for the finale. That being said, Joe, give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
About
Yo, that's f***ing diabolical.
humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in a nerd cage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us once again on another The Boys spoiler discussion as we're covering episode 7. So if you've not seen it, we're going to spoil the shit out of it. It's finale eve time. So please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. Motherfucking J, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of Tom Cruise, Syracuse, New York. And always among us, it's our moderator and Trollhammer, stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. It is Joe from Fall One Gaming. What's poppin', my dude?
Oh, ready to get into this spoiler discussion. We have a star-studded 7 of our own tonight with Tabmuck99. We have debuting tonight, Kid Blue. We have Dion from Off the Beaten Podcast, Pretty Guardian, and Kush from the Hub.
Thank you for everybody joining us tonight on this wonderful discussion. But before we get started, Joe, who we got in the chat?
In the chat tonight, we have Paul Tackett, and I think all of us are in the chat.
Yes, and some lurkers. So anyway, we appreciate y'all being here tonight. Again, we're going to talk everything episode 7. So, like we normally been doing, we're going to go around in a circle, kind of give our, not a rating, but a general thought of the episode, and let these fine people plug themselves in. And we'll start with the man, the myth, the legend with the backwards name. That is Tab Monk 99, man. How's it going today?
Hey, very good. Thank you so much for having me on again for another one of these awesome The Boys spoiler discussion episodes. You guys can find me at youtube.com/tabmock99. Also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at the same username, tabmock99. I pretty much use that everywhere I go. So thanks again for having me on. And I thought this was a great episode of The Boys. I thought it was a really good episode. I love some of the unique animated sequences like we saw with Black Noir and that whole like Chuck E. Cheese ripoff. That was so different from everything we've ever seen, and yet it so fits in with the theme of the show, which is that all of these guys have some pretty severe mental issues, right? I also love some of the sequences this time with Soldier Boy, showing that, hey, this guy's not as far gone as we thought. He's actually pretty with it. He knows what's going on better than Huey does in some ways. So you can't just write these guys off as being mentally deranged. You can't write them off as being just amazingly on top of things. They've all got issues and they've all got struggles, but they're all with it in some sense or another. So I liked a lot of it. And I also feel vindicated in some way because last week on this discussion, I had a prediction that A-Train would wake up in the hospital. Sure enough, he woke up in the hospital. I did not see it coming that he was going to get the heart of the guy that he killed. Wow, that is really something. That took me by surprise. Even though I predicted that scene, I really didn't predict that scene if you think about all the twists and turns that they added. So before I get into it anymore, I'll save that for the rest of the show, and I want to hear from the rest of us.
Very nice. Thanks so much. And again, appreciate you being here. And of course, we got the lovely Pretty Guardian, the queen of JRPGs. How's it going tonight?
It is going so good being here with our esteemed panel. Thank you so much for having me back. I am excited to talk about The Boys. This episode, for me, I felt like the pacing was really slow. Obviously, they're putting in a lot of those pieces leading into the finale, but there were just so many bombs. Like, we all knew A-Train was going to wake up in the hospital and he was going to have some, final arc here. Definitely did not expect for him to have the heart of the guy that he killed. That was crazy. And I don't know what's going to happen next with A-Train. So I'm looking forward to this upcoming episode. And then obviously that ending with Soldier Boy and Homelander. I did predict early on that Soldier Boy was going to end up on Homelander's side before the season was up. So that part didn't surprise me. But the whole father-son relationship, that'll be an interesting dynamic and to see what happens there. Anyways, I am Pretty Guardian. You can find me at youtube.com/prettyguardian. And I just wanted to plug my upcoming video next Friday, July 15th at 6 p.m. It's going to be a video essay about the theme of friendship in media and connecting the dots between the stories of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Sailor Moon, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Just nerdy stuff that I love and looking forward to that. So definitely check me out and let's talk about The Boys.
Absolutely. And even though you said Wizard of Oz, I will still watch the video.
It's about the book, not the movie. So hopefully it doesn't lose you.
All right. Fair enough. And making his NerdCage live debut, my man from Florida, fellow Giants fan, one of the best at covering our beloved New York Giants here. Yeah, we're biased here. We're Giants fans. At least I am. Kid Blue, what's up, my dude?
What's going on, guys? I'm excited to be making my debut on the NerdCage Live panel, discussing The Boys, one of my favorite shows in the past couple of years. This episode, I'm going to agree with what Pretty Guardian said. This episode was kind of slow paced. I feel like it was like the calm before the storm, before the finale, because we got that huge bombshell at the end. We've seen a lot of character arcs start to come down a bit, and some of them are just beginning, like Black Noir. I really love what they're doing with him. And I frankly, I wish they would have started it a little bit earlier in the season so we can get more of Black Noir and what he went through with Soldier Boy. I'm really liking, like what you guys were talking about with Soldier Boy. We haven't really gotten too much of him with, the beginning of the season because, he really didn't make an appearance until, the middle of the season, but I'm really liking what they're doing with him. And like I said, I don't know if we should say it now, but just the ending was absolutely insane. And it only, like, I've been thinking about how they're going to make the finale with that knowledge, with Homelander having that knowledge about what that is. So I'm excited to talk about all of this.
Excellent. And again, please check out Kid Blue's channel. All the links are in the description. I even just threw it in the chat there. So by all means, sub him up because he's taking time off his busy schedule to be here with us. And his counterpart, you know him. He's been here a number of times on NerdCage Live. It is Kush from the Hub. What's poppin'? Rocking the new hairdo.
Hey, thank you, man. First off, thank you once again for having me on NerdCage Live. I always love popping on here, talking with the panel, whether it's the same cases or new ones. It's always a blast. In terms of this episode, nothing but agreeing with what everybody before me has already said. It was a pretty great episode. I liked it a lot. I'm a little bit sad I wasn't here the week before. Because that week before episode was just epic, and then we had like a different type of epic. And I still feel this episode was epic. But like Kid Blue mentioned with the character arcs, I love the backstories we got. I love the Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibe for Black Noir. Very unexpected in the way I thought they would have done it. But also, like KB said, I wish we would have gotten more Black Noir backstory, not only from earlier this season, but like he's been an intriguing character since day one, right? Like since season one, he's been a very intriguing character. So, and then with Butcher, I absolutely love that we actually got to see what's been one of my biggest questions for a while, which is what is Butcher's backstory? What is the story with Lenny? And we finally got to see that. Butcher, as of right now, ain't really taking the lesson he's supposed to be taking from that, but we'll see how it progresses. Mm-hmm. My favorite parts of the episode, I know there was the gigantic reveal, and I love that as well, but I ended up being more satisfied by getting a lot of my questions answered.
Excellent. And again, sub up the Hub. Links are in the description. And of course, we're welcoming back the fourth member of NerdCage Live. He's been there from the beginning. It's the magical man from the land of the deep dish, Dion motherfucking McGill of Off the Beaten Podcast. Welcome back, my friend.
What's going on, brother? Always good to be here. Thank you for having me. So good to be on this panel, see all these great faces. I was worried. I know like some of you guys, are filmmakers yourselves and, you have this deep-seated knowledge. I don't have any of that. I'm just a chub that sits on the corner with a bottle. But anyway, I was worried because after the last episode, that action and everything, the only thing you can follow that up with, because you can't top it, was good drama. And that's exactly what they gave us. And I was like, I was just watching the whole episode like, oh, this is, it was like, as you guys said, such a shift, but it was great to see these stories. You come to this conclusion that three of the most intriguing characters, Soldier Boy, Butcher, and Black Noir, basically all suffer from the same thing. And it makes, and you kind of see it makes them what they are in these different ways. And I will kind of, humbly disagree with this idea of wanting more of Black Noir before, because previously, right, we didn't really know what he was. We knew that he was supposedly really close to Homelander, and in the comic book he's basically Homelander, a clone, and we didn't really know that story. And now we can kind of left this question of like, is he so loyal to Homelander because out of fear, right? Because Homelander basically replaces Soldier Boy, so is his subservience this whole time been simply because he's scared of him, because we know he's scared of Soldier Boy.
Responsible for creating him, basically.
And it's such an interesting, like that dynamic. Now we can like look back on it and be like, Ooh, and I kind of like that we're left to this point to get that information in his backstory. So I love the episode. I think Kush said it best. I still think it was very epic in a very different way, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I was all about it. Other than that, Off the Beaten Podcast, Chicago people, Chicago shit. And I've been threatening to have a YouTube channel, so we'll see how that goes. That's about it.
Well, I posted the YouTube link there, so definitely sub up Dion and check out Off the Beaten Podcast for all that good stuff. Now, Joe, we may be taking a hiatus, but please share what we have down the pipeline for NerdCage Live Gaming, and of course, give your thoughts, my dude.
All right. Well, when you get back and we start gaming again, every Tuesday we are going to be playing Bayonetta, which is a game that neither one of us has ever played, so that should be...
Oh, it's so good.
And then every Friday going forward, we're going to be playing the original God of War.
Yes! I never played God of War, so I'm excited. And I get to get caught up. I'm getting caught up with God of War at the perfect time with Ragnarok coming out in November, so... great times, and so we'll be doing that in a couple weeks, so stay tuned. Tuesday, Bayonetta, Friday, God of War, when I get back from Chicago. And Joe, what'd you think of that fantastical episode?
I love this episode. It's like everybody's been saying, it's a different pace from the last one. There's no way they were going to top that. I don't even know if the finale will be able to top that. But that being said, this was a nice change of pace to like a Telltale. It was really good storytelling, and to get all the origins out there and everything, see characters come back, have John Noble come in and make another appearance. That was great. So, I mean, this episode was still packed.
Absolutely. So, I loved the episode. Like I said, I'm probably going to regurgitate everything everybody just said. First and foremost, I love the origin stories of Billy and Black Noir. There are some comedic moments, whether if it's women aging like fine wine, but they're dry as fuck, or or some of the granny jokes. It was great, but that ending was just a fucking bombshell. And like, I just remember like I was sitting there, I was gonna watch it like Friday, but then my Discord started going off saying how great the episode was, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay up to pull all-nighter and just watch it. So yes, now, while I got everybody's attention, so here's what's gonna happen. This is our last Thursday stream before we go on our hiatus. We'll probably be gone from YouTube for at least a month or so as we kind of get ready for our soft branding, as we're gonna make 2 major announcements, including a giveaway. Hint, hint. But we're gonna be doing one last live stream on Sunday, as we're going to be covering the finale. Yes, we're not going to wait till Thursday. We're going to do it Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as we're going to do spoiler discussions of Episode 8. Hopefully we can get some of this panel back, but we are going to do it on Sunday because I leave for Chicago on Monday. So that's why we're doing it Sunday. Now, more importantly, though, tomorrow, we're going to answer the question, age-old question, and we're living in patriotic times right now because of 4th of July, and of course I know the country's a little divided right now, but that's besides the fact. But we're going to talk about who are the Mount Rushmore of action stars with NerdCage Live and friends. We had a whole bunch of creative people like who chimed in on this discussion, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and that's going to be premiering, keyword, premiering at 9 o'clock tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. That's 8 for you Central motherfuckers and 6 o'clock for you West Coast motherfuckers. So please be there. I promise you, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some skits. There's going to be a bunch of cameos. It's going to be great. If you like the last Mount Rushmore video, you're going to fucking love this one. So make sure your body's ready. Grab your steak, grab your beer, grab your bitch or your boyfriend, and just enjoy tomorrow, 9 o'clock. That being said, let's talk about this motherfucking episode, people. Episode 7. All right. Joe, you're the moderator. Lead us off. Where do you want to start, Joe?
I think we can start with the character that everybody was wondering where the hell she went, Maeve.
Maeve.
And seeing her in the...
He's alive.
Holding cell.
For now. She's alive for now.
You could call it a
now.
holding cell, or you could call it a nerd cage.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say I just thought the scene, what made that scene awesome was hearing her, despite that she's like, you know, her life is fucked, but she was just like, I love, this is a top 3 day for me because I finally got to see you scared. Oh, is that a bruise on your face? Is that concealer? Fucking awesome.
She knew exactly what his weakness was, and he can't stand it. Homelander can't stand anybody seeing him in a weak moment. Drives him nuts. And she knows exactly how to push his buttons, doesn't she?
You know how, like, I feel like we've all been saying that Anthony Starr has been doing such a great job with Homelander this season. Like, he really should get some type of award for it. Kind of a little bit related to that, but balancing to the writing now. I've loved a lot of his one-liners this season as well. Like from episode 7, when Soulja Boy told him he was the knockoff, and he's like, "Nah, I'm the upgrade." With this one, the one that I loved a lot with the Maeve scene was when he's like, "I'm not letting you live. I'm keeping you alive."
Keeping you alive, yes.
Like, yo, that was so hard, bro.
I was trying to remember what he was saying.
No, because, you know, he's literally just keeping her to, as he said, harvest her eggs. I'm sure we were all thinking the same thing when he walked in. When he walked in and we saw she was alive, we're like, hold up, what is the reason? I thought it would have been something less horrifying in the sense that maybe he's still in love with her in some sense, but it was like, nah, I'm just trying to make more babies. I'm trying, and then, I mean, I have a theory that we'll get to when it comes to Homelander and Soulja Boy, but I think he's trying to make more also, not only, his own children, but probably more powerful versions of himself down the line, down the future.
Yes. Very well said.
I think next we can actually move into the Black Noir cartoon series there. Or the Chuck E. Cheese thing, as Tabmock was saying.
Yeah, I really like how creative they were. How creative they were, and like kind of going back into his backstory and kind of like making it like Black Noir, because we know like he had brains missing. They showed in the cartoon, you know, he was holding his brain. So, like, I guess he's got a little bit, you know, going on upstairs. So I like how they kind of visualize what happened in that sort of way.
That's probably one of the reasons why he can't speak. Not to mention that animation was fucking awesome.
It was great.
The production on the show is unreal.
I love the facial expressions they managed to put on those animated characters, man. Especially the cat for Crimson Crown says when they finally knocked him out, and then even when you saw Soulja Boy's eagle like angry and sneering at Black Noir, I'm just like, yo, they got really good facial expressions in there.
Even though they didn't use a person, they really brought a lot of personality to the whole thing.
Yeah. They did a good job on that. Yeah. I really wish they would have done. If they even did the same exact scene just earlier in the show, obviously they weren't able to go into that until Soulja Boy showed up, because that's what really sparked all of this.
Yeah.
But I wish that we could have gotten more of Black Noir, and like there were some times in this season where he wasn't even in the episode at all. Like a couple of seasons consecutively. A couple of episodes consecutively. So I really wish we could have got more of that, because now that we're heading towards the finale, we're really looking to wrap things up. But with Noir, we're really like trying to figure out more about what's going on. Unless his arc is coming to a close in the season finale, then maybe that's different. But I really wish we could have gotten more of him early on in the season. And I was really intrigued by Black Noir's origin and why he was so afraid of Soulja Boy and why he ran away. And that was the most, because you guys know that, you know, he doesn't do anything unless Vought tells him to. And then this was the moment where he snapped and, took the chip out, gave it to the lady that was so afraid and ran away. And so this is, I just wish we could have seen it earlier. Yeah.
I really loved some of the stuff they did with Soulja Boy this week. I really liked the scene with Mindstorm and Huey and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, good God, Huey wasn't going to give up on Butcher. Yeah. Even though there's Soulja Boy telling him, no, give up, it's a lost cause. Huey wouldn't. He found a way. He reached out to Mindstorm. He connected with him. He bonded with him. He's like, look, just free my friend. I know you've looked into his mind. I know he's not the best, but he's my friend, man. You got to do this, and I'll teleport you away, and I'll keep you safe from Soldier Boy.
Well, wait a minute though. Hang on. I don't know if if he lied to him or he was being honest, because he did say to Soldier Boy, like, let me just get him to save Butcher first, then do what you want with him.
Right.
So we don't know.
Where he just stood there. So I felt like he was stalling until Soldier Boy came out. I don't know, but he didn't look like he had the intention of getting him out of there.
I got the feeling that he definitely intended to get him out of there, and that Soldier Boy killed him, and he's like, oh no, I was about to save this guy, and now I can't.
Oh well.
Oh, man.
It can be hard to read Huey. Maybe we'll find out more in tonight's episode.
How about the lead up to that? I love with the nun and the priest and the broken down car.
Yes.
Oh my God! And he's like, he's like, no, you just have PTSD. Why'd you shoot him? And he's like, no, these people are under mind control. And then the fucking nun tried to kill him.
He was 100% right. That was the thing.
Yeah,
that was so great.
You thought he was just out of his mind, right? But no, he was with it, man. He knows exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
This nun trying to knife Huey.
That was
like the best.
I love how he said he doesn't want to hurt the girl, doesn't want to hurt the lady. As soon as he jumps out, do something.
Because he realizes that what's his name? Soldier Boy was probably right.
Yeah.
Also, I like how they keep Soldier Boy just so really. What's the word I should use? Just goodly is not a word, bro. What's the actual word for goodly?
Tactical.
But they keep him, huh?
He's tactical.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the accuracy of him being out of time is just so great because he referred to PTSD as shell shock, which is what they called PTSD, especially for military vets back in the day after World War I. Mostly, they called it shell shock, and we're talking about he's a guy that he fought in World War II, probably Nam as well because he went missing in '84. So it's like. That is still what he has in his head as PT. It's like just a really small thing, and I'm like, they keep it just so accurate to the time period he's supposed to be from.
Let's use fought loosely though, because it was also established he didn't really fight those wars. He just showed up after for the press release.
Yeah,
I want them to expand on that too.
Yeah,
as far as
the continuity was good.
Yeah, he used the right term.
With what you brought up, the Guardian, I want him to expand on that because Huey, he actually did which I didn't think he would do, which is question him, and he got slapped Soldier Boy was Connery for it. But I want somebody to go in deeper, where does he have his own sort of God complex then for fake fighting in these wars, essentially, or showing up for the press release, like you're saying? And then, even later on in the episode, we get his own definition of a soldier, which is the fear thing that he was talking about, not having fear. So I do want them to expand on that a little bit.
I feel like they gave us a little bit of insight when they discussed his idea of a man and what it means to be manly or what it means to be masculine.
Yeah, and he also mentioned he stormed Normandy too. He mentioned that too.
But
all that stuff is.
But he didn't. That's what they draw back this episode. He stormed Normandy 2 weeks after D-Day.
Yeah.
But they do point out the fact, right? And I mean, he has PTSD. That's obvious, right? But what causes it could be because they point out that he was probably the shooter at Kent State. They pointed out that he was possibly the shooter for Kennedy, right? So he basically was an assassin. He was a superpowered assassin for the government at some point in time. And so I think that has a big part to do with it too, and they kind of just gloss over that. But I was like, oh, okay.
That's definitely a part of it.
Betrayed by his comrades and sent to Russia and experimented.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
decades.
I'd say Russia and being tortured there is probably where most of his PTSD is from.
Yeah, maybe. I like Russia. No.
All right. Joe, go ahead.
We can get into the origin story of Butcher with all the Mindstorm flashbacks.
Yeah, that was confusing because although it was really I really felt bad for Butcher after all seeing. I know we kind of got a little bit in the season prior with his dad when he saw his dad, but now we actually got to see Lenny, and now we got to kind of I guess connect the dots of how he relates to Huey and how Butcher kind of kind of looking after Huey like he did for Lenny, but it really got confusing towards the end when Starlight gave him the call to say the doses, 3 to 5 doses, are gonna kill you, and they've taken more than 3 to 5 3 doses. I think Huey took 3, and I think
didn't Huey take 4? Am I tripping?
I think Butcher
Huey
took
4, and I think it's plus. All right, so Huey took in episode 3, right?
The first time.
He's taken literally once every episode since episode 3, didn't he? So that's 4.
But I also think
unless it's a continuation of that same dose, I didn't see him take more than 3. I don't know. I could be wrong. But besides the fact, 3 doses are pretty much going to kill you. What Starlight said. I don't know. That information she saw. And by the way, I don't even know. Did it show the information she saw, or we're just going by what she said?
You saw some papers.
There's some paperwork. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean. I'm really interested as well how that's going to play into the season finale, because it definitely has to, because they're not just going to drop that information and just gloss over it.
Someone's going to die.
So someone might die. And
we literally saw the scene where Huey said your brain is leaking. So
right. Yeah. So I'm not sure. It was very confusing when Starlight told him that, and then Butcher looked like he was going to sort of like back away from it after hearing that information, and looking at Huey, wanting to say
he withheld that info
and kind of make up for what he did with Lenny. But now we see him go full throttle and say, listen, it's the V. And then he was like, okay, what about the V? We've got to get more of it. I said, oh my God. See, I don't know if this is going to like subvert our expectations a little bit and be like, okay, we're gonna get more of it and just destroy it. I don't know if that's what he wants to do, or get more of it and use it. I don't know. But
it's addicting
we're
stuff.
We're gonna find out. Like I think, just my personal opinion, I think he didn't want to tell Huey because he didn't want him to panic. We got to focus on this mission.
See, I think Kush touched on it earlier about like where his headspace is at, because a normal person would think like, oh, I have a second chance to protect Huey where I couldn't have protected my brother type of situation. Mm-hmm. But instead he's looking at it as, oh, well, everybody who's been close to me dies so far, so he was already dead man walking, we may as well finish the mission. I don't think he has any consideration for Huey at this point.
I think he is very focused on the mission. All he wants to do is kill Soups, especially Homelander. And if that means that Huey's going to die, well, that's just more collateral damage. But it'll be worth it to take down Homelander. I think that's where Butcher's at. I think you hit the nail on the head.
I'll say this, and it could be viewed 2 ways in my opinion. I think one thing is definitely for sure we've gotten like a legit bastardization arc from Butcher from season 1 to now, which I don't mind at all. Like we've gotten that for quite a bit of characters in the show actually, but like I said, it could be viewed 2 ways, right? You could view it as a bad thing where it's like they keep stripping away these things from Butcher and making him just a terrible and worse person with each time we see him. Or you could view it as, and this is the kind of way I view it, which is just like he's so broken and he's just so not mentally right. He's not there. And like Guardian says, he's just so consumed by revenge. Like the only thing on this man's mind is revenge, that he doesn't care if he makes the same mistakes over and over. It's gotten to the point where it's like he doesn't care who dies. Well, or I should say there is one exception. When he pushed away Ryan, that was about it. But he's just so hell-bent on getting that revenge that is what rules him now. You know what I mean?
There's also one thing when with the reason why he chose him to try to keep the team together. So he shows that he has some care a little bit, his intentions, I guess.
But that's like before. That's like before the series started. That's not him currently.
Right, but in this season is where it was revealed, and kind of realized, I guess I'm supposed to try to hold the team together. Well, eventually that fell apart. But
I got. It's not necessarily a theory, but even though. Yes, you could definitely view it that way. I viewed it more as just Butcher being manipulative. Maybe at one point that was true. Like, or not at one point, maybe it is the same. He's telling the truth. That's why he recruited MM.
But he used it to
But
manipulate.
the reason why he used it there, I think, given where we are right now, episode 7 going on, episode 8, I think he just said it to manipulate MM to work with them again.
Agreed.
Let's consider for a minute how conflicted Butcher actually is. He hesitated when he heard that information. He wasn't sure what he was going to do for a minute. And in fact, I think he still doesn't. He's just winging it, man. He's playing it by ear. He doesn't know what he's going to tell Huey. I don't think he's got anything figured out. He's just rolling with the punches and seeing where this goes. He might tell Huey, he might not. Even he doesn't know where he's at.
Yeah.
If he does, I think it would come back to what Lenny said in the flashback, and once again, what Guardian said earlier, it would just be too late. I mean, in my opinion, and I could be wrong by count, I think it already is too late. You're right, though, KB. I just thought about it. In terms of the amount of times we actually saw them shoot up, I think it was 3. But I know from episode 3 all the way to episode 7, they had it within them, basically. Like, it might already be too late.
The next dose could be the fatal one. And in fact, I think Butcher himself is contemplating his own suicide, thinking, hey, if I die, it'll be worth it if I take down Homelander, because in the process, I'm really saving the planet.
Yeah. And quick side note, I mean, I know I'm jumping onto tangents here, but I just had it in my brain before I forget
it's all good. It's what we do.
Am I the only one that does not care about the Deep and his story at all?
I find it hilarious.
I think it's good comedy.
I find like played out. It's like it was a cool joke. It was a funny joke and an awkward one in the beginning, and I was like, "Damn, that's creepy." But then, like every episode, we're
yeah,
you know, it's.
I'm kind of with you. It's gotten to a point where it's plateaued and it's gotten a little bit stale. I'll say this as well. I feel like the Deep story arc peaked in season 2, where he was a character that
so
actually
much potential.
Kind of, it mattered. It had potential. We saw them play it out well with the church and whatnot. Yeah. And I thought they were gonna kind of build off of that, and it seemed like they were doing that for like the first couple. But I agree with you. After the first couple, it's kind of like, all right, like what are we doing here? Like why are we still watching this guy? And I feel so frustrated because I went from hating him to actually having a little bit of sympathy for him in season 2. So I'm like, all right, I want to see what his story is. And now back in season 3, I'm just like, I don't want to, like, there's no point in watching this guy on my screen.
Him and that damn freaking squid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, we've seen like 3 scenes with him and that damn squid or octopus, whatever.
What's her name? Ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
You know, there was a joke in Peacemaker where they said Aquaman fucked a fish, and it's like
I think they just took
one
that
joke
right
and
with
stretched
it.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, here was by far one of my favorite moments on the episode. How about when Starlight was live streaming and caught everything Homelander said?
Oh, that was so good.
Yes.
I got a
190 million followers.
Was she actually live streaming? Because when the phone pulled up, it looked like she was on the camera app.
She was
She
live
was
streaming.
on it, and then if you see in the beginning of this episode when it shows the news segment, and it showed that she had 22.5 million people watching live. That is ridiculous.
I don't know how
Golly.
Ashley is gonna spin that, because you don't. Homelander at the end of the episode is like, it's your job to spin it. How do you spin that?
We're running lines.
You admitted to killing Supersonic.
You're not supposed to record us when we're running lines.
Yeah,
like,
that's he.
But then what are the people?
But did
What
he
are the
say the
people's
words?
response? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I don't think there was an explicit omission in there. I think he was
he didn't
just
explicitly say.
Yeah.
But then also it's like with the lines thing. All right, the counter is, why is Starlight there if she's the enemy that you've been telling us she is like the past week? Why is she in the building running lines with you, my guy?
Yeah, it's
It makes
a
sense.
very clumsy attempt at covering up.
Yeah, that one was. I'm really starting not to like Ashley's character. It's really starting to get annoying. I get why she's doing what she's doing, but it's just so annoying. That's how I guess how you know how you're playing a character right is when you like dislike the character so much.
Are you saying the character is annoying, or are you saying seeing the character is annoying?
No, the character and the action she's taking to protect herself is kind of annoying. Like I don't view her as any sort of heroic sort of character at all. But the fact that Starlight almost kind of got her to sort of help them out a little bit and kind of fight back, almost there, and she just snapped back into it and started to think about the company and herself. Really, she's really protecting herself more so than, like, obviously the company is in her best interest as well, but I think she's really just trying to protect herself, because you've seen it. Like, she yelled at A-Train and she was just happy that she yelled at a soup, like, you know. So she's just happy that she has power and that she's able to have some sort of some sort of stronghold on the soups. And, you know, I guess she's a little bit driven by power, and that's what's protecting her at this point.
I think she's just driven by her survival instinct. I don't think she has the company's interest at all at heart. It's just that doing good for the company equals she will survive.
Right.
I think she's driven by nothing but like it was shown to us in the same scene you mentioned when Starlight went to her. when she said I don't have powers, and we saw like a crack of the true person. She's just trying to survive. That's it.
Right.
I like her more and more with each passing episode. Like, I mean, she's a villain, you know, but like when she pulled her hair out, I was like, I'm highly aroused. But I'm gonna keep it to myself. I was like,
I just want to say,
she's yelling. She's like, fuck it. And I was just like, yeah, girl, tell him. Fuck that.
Why is it that every time she pulls her hair out, they don't have blood? Because pulling your hair out like that, bro, you gonna bleed.
And she
why is
took
there
a
no blood?
It's
like a whole chunk.
Yeah.
I think by now her scalp just doesn't, like, she's been doing
It
that
just
so.
adapted.
You remember at one point she was bald, right? And it kind of grew back. She's just,
that's her power, bro. Just a little bit, growing back hair quickly.
But she's kind of lost it, she's trying to hold on to what little bit she's got left as far as like not just cracking. So like her lashing out at A-Train when she can, her lashing out to producers. I'm just like, yeah,
I think she was low key kind of making like taunting A-Train a little bit when she's saying, "Oh yeah, you Blue Hawk died."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Blue
it's,
Hawk
but you
died
guys heart
I
though.
think it was low key, bro. I think she was. Like her scenes with A-Train. Yeah, like her scenes with A-Train made me like her and respect her so much more. Both like the first time, and I wanted to say this if I was on last week, which was probably my favorite scene, was her actually going off on A-Train and telling him, I feel like what majority of viewers want to tell him, which is that, oh, boo-hoo, you have a sob story. You didn't care when you were out here murdering people, causing fatal damages and stuff. It's literally because it happened to you that you care. I don't care about you. Like, I was like, it was like so cathartic to see that. And then this episode, the reason I say I feel like she was taunting A-Train is just the tone she was saying stuff in, and like the look she was giving him, just the mannerisms. I'm like, and the way when she was like, we know that you and Blue Hawk were on the mend, so we gave you his heart. And then even on like afterwards, I just felt like when she's saying, "Can I get a whoop whoop?" You could run again. Like even that was like a little bit digging the knife in more. But that might just be me. Doing. But I think she knew what she was doing for sure.
I perceived that as a big fuck you.
And I'm really glad she did it so well.
I'm really glad you said everything you said, because 1 week ago, I said the exact same thing. I was calling out A-Train on his hypocrisy. Then last week, Ashley did the same thing. And now, I just felt so vindicated when that whole thing happened. But at this point, I have to wonder, where does A-Train's loyalty lie? Because was he getting some kind of redemption arc? He seemed to be genuinely remorseful, but then he goes and kills Blue Hawk for doing the exact same shit that he did. So he himself deserves to die by his own standards. Right. He's still just as much of a hypocrite as ever. And Ashley, who was complaining, the week before about how she's always having to cover up his mistakes, is still doing it for him. Is still covering up his mistakes. So where is A-Train now? After the way Ashley was digging the knife in, is A-Train going to be loyal to Vought? Is he going to be loyal to Homelander? Is he going to switch sides? Is he going to join up with Annie and all them? I have to wonder where they're going with this, because A-Train seems like he could be pissed at pissed at Ashley, pissed at Vought, and he may want to do something completely different. He does not look happy about what happened at all, and this may be the straw that broke the camel's back. And I see Dion kind of considering what I'm saying and maybe changing his mind a little bit.
No, I think she's got blackmail material on him now. He killed a soup, and if she goes and tells Homelander, he's fucked. So like,
she's always had blackmail.
Not only did she give him the heart of the dude he hates, right? So that's the big FU. If he goes and says anything, she'll go run into Homelander. He's a dead man anyway. So I just think he's like even more pathetic than he was. I just think he was pathetic all along, but I think he's even more pathetic than he was. And that's why she's so like happy. She's like, "Ha, I got you right where I want you, fucker."
And quick question too. Are we sure that he has Blue Hawk's heart? Because she lied about the whole scenario anyway. And are we, because the way that Blue Hawk was left there's no way his heart was intact.
I'd have to look again, but I think his heart was intact. Like, we saw his face get completely scraped out. Yeah. Maybe, flesh from the chest and the chest cavity, but the heart could definitely still be there. We have to go back and look when they did
I'll have to look back at it, but I don't think it's
out the possibility that the heart survived.
And it could be made up.
It could go either way,
about it, right?
Yeah, because she made that whole other part up.
It would
about what
definitely be another
happened.
twist if she's like, he could run again, he runs, has a heart attack, and actually dies. It could be another twist.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I feel
She's
like when he does
I-
learn the truth about what really happened, says something's gonna happen there with with A-Train and trying to get back at Ashley for that. If he does learn the actual truth of what happened, but yeah.
What are the odds that he would have been a compatible donor? Because finding a compatible
I was about
donor
to say, yeah,
any
blood
organ
type
is
and everything.
Well, they're soups. They're both
Yeah.
soups. That's the only way I would like combat that. Is like, well, that's
Yeah,
why
but that just
we're-
gets past one of the obstacles of finding a compatible donor, like Tabmock was saying.
Yeah. Huh? Who knows? But like I said,
Well, we could be overthinking it. She probably just gave it to him, and like, you know, once again, it's just like, listen, man, this is kind of my punishment to you.
It was definitely delicious irony, and I loved it.
Guys are getting green next week.
Because for all we know, A-Train out of spite might now run again. He's like, I'm not gonna use this dude's heart to, you know, power my superpower or something.
By the way, if he continues to take Compound V, he could ruin his donor heart as well.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because that's what got us here in the first place in season 1. He was shooting up even more V than he was supposed to.
HGH, HH, HH, HH. I'm sorry, that was a steroid joke. My bad.
I feel like we haven't talked about the bombshell that happened at the end.
Well, we're saving that for last.
Okay. Can I say it? Homelander, I am your father.
Very similar.
Another thing you can think about is the fact that if he does have Blue Hawk's heart, and Compound V is basically, a bloodborne thing, does that mean that his powers will change to Blue Hawk's powers?
Good question.
Yeah.
For anybody that knows a little bit of biology, does the heart produce new blood cells, or does it just pump the already existing ones? Blood cells are produced in the bone marrow, right?
I feel like they wouldn't
Yeah.
go that deep with the science on it.
But even then, don't quote me on this. I think blood cells are produced from the bone marrow, and the heart is, just the pump. I could be wrong though.
What were Blue Hawk's powers to begin with?
He had super
he
strength.
was like Deadshot.
Yeah,
He was durable.
Homelander light, bro. Like extremely light version of Homelander.
But he also had like Deadshot powers.
Domesticated version.
Could he fly too?
No, he can't fly.
Oh, okay.
He's just really
part of
durable.
my
and
conspiracy theory when we talk about the bombshell. I'm waiting for that.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, yeah. If we're gonna wait, then I was just wondering if we were gonna talk about it.
I feel like there's definitely other topics we gotta get to before.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to skim
We
through.
can start talking about Kimiko taking Compound V.
She got back her powers. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I didn't think they were gonna go the whole rest of the series with her not getting her powers back. I was a little scared because usually a lot of these characters have plot armor, but she was one of the ones that when she was captured by little Nina, I thought she was gonna sacrifice herself to save Frenchie and his ex. But I really thought she was in danger there. But after she survived that and they made it back, I knew she was gonna find a way to get Compound V again because it was only right. She didn't want it because of how she thought it made her a monster and all of this, and now she realizes that she needs it to protect the people that she cares about. So I felt like it was inevitable she was gonna get it back, and I feel like they really done it right and they done it well. They explained it well why she really wants it again.
By the way, real quick, I'm sorry. Mad Mike Jones on Twitch has invaded the stream, raided the stream with a party of 7. So shout out to Mad Mike. Thank you very much. I just hope we're not spoiling the show for you, bro, because I know you just started. But shout out to Mad Mike Jones. Give him a follow on Twitch. He's a hell of a Mortal Kombat player. And his highlights. And
always playing the Mugen games.
Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I know Joe can't see because Joe can't see Twitch. I can, so I just want to say shout out to Mad Mike. Sorry to interrupt. But
and Mad Mike is going to be on the Mount Rushmore video tomorrow.
Yes, Mad Mike is going to be on Mount Rushmore tomorrow, so look out for him. I hope everybody appreciated all the pictures that we've been posting of the shots of the video. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about
Kimiko.
Yes.
You know, and I'm so glad that she was able to get her powers back and have this be a part of her arc, because I feel like by choosing them, she's able to have that sort of resolution from the emotional baggage that she was carrying with her childhood. And obviously there's still more things for her to work through in her life, but I thought that was a nice moment for her.
I'm just glad she got to have a drink before she did.
Yes. I'm glad she got to touch Frenchie's arms before she did.
But you're right. She's going to be in a much better space mentally now that she's okay with her powers, and now she's not going to think of herself as a monster anymore.
Yeah.
For her self-esteem.
Shout out to Starlight for actually keeping it real and saying when you're in Iowa, there's nothing really much to do other than drink. And to quickly build on the Tab Muck, and I'm not gonna go too long here because I see Dion got something to say. With the monster thing, yeah, she went from thinking herself as a monster. What was that, episode 6 or 7 when they were with Lil Nina? I forget. To now saying that the compound V doesn't make you a monster. Like, I think what we all realize, it just amplifies what you already are. And she's like, listen,
like
man,
alcohol.
I need this to protect my own. So I need to get it to protect my own. And I like that a lot. Also, the letter in general was so good. And the way, you know, she expressed that she finally has a choice in the situation where it was forced upon her before. And now it's like, yo, my choice matters here. Go ahead.
My body, my choice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't think really coincidental, because, you know, this was made like, what was it? Wasn't season 3 made like 2 years ago? And it's funny how it came out around the same time that is a major topic right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I was just going to say, I was just very happy with this development that now Kimiko and Frenchie are back in, right? They are back in, right? There's no running off to the French countryside, right?
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
Forget all that, right? We're in. She now is comfortable with who she is, which is great, right? And he's kind of like, you know, I'm in here for this and we got to make this happen and settle some scores down the road and such. So I was just very happy about that development.
Also, Frenchie's bummed out he missed Herogasm.
Yeah. I was so happy that he mentioned it because they kept saying, "Oh, Frenchie's gonna hate that he missed this." And so many characters said that. I'm so happy that he snuck that in there right before he started talking to MM. They weren't even talking about that. He's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm so bummed out. I'll never forget that the rest of my life."
high as a kite, but he still got that out.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, what we got in the arsenal here?
The only thing I personally have left is the bombshell. If you guys have anything else before we dive into that, feel free to bring it up.
Actually, I do. I just want to say, and I was talking to my coworkers about this, like, the beginning with Soldier Boy and the old women in the bed there. Like, let's just give props to those women that have guts to bear all like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, when I saw that scene, my thought was, yo, when I'm in my 70s and I get a woman like that, fucking awesome.
Listen, bro, Soldier Boy a gilf hunter, bro.
Well, no, it makes sense though, because he's like 100 years old and a young man's body, so it makes sense for him to be attractive to, you know, older women because he's lived his life just in age. So
I still like
get
the Legends comment there. It smells like sex and Bengay in here.
You know, those joints were aching, man.
That's all I wanted to talk about was like I said, that takes guts at that age to bear all that.
It takes guts and it takes butts.
Random but very important and relevant. Stay off Twitter. I already just got spoiled for episode 8. Just completely stay off Twitter.
Don't do it, man.
No, as soon as we're done, I'm going to watch right when we're done. I'm going to watch.
It
comes out like late Thursday night.
Actually, episode 8 started on my TV while we were talking on accident, and I looked over like, oh shit. That's why I was over here playing on my phone.
Now I know what I'm watching tonight.
As soon as we're done, bro.
As soon as we're done, I'm watching it. Like I said, we won't have to wait long to talk about it because we're gonna do this. We're gonna do episode 8 on Sunday night. Shameless plug. One last time. We are gonna be talking The Boys, the season finale, on Sunday. So you got 3 days to watch. Friday, Saturday, Sunday to watch.
Any day we can do Saturday, bro? Like, I'm out on Sunday night. Damn. But it was a minor spoiler.
I leave Monday. I leave to go to Dion's town on Monday. So that's why we're doing it Sunday. This is the one time we're doing a Sunday stream because I leave Monday for Chicago. Rage Against the Machine, G-Fest. Here we fucking go.
Rage Against the Machine, baby.
Yeah! Come with it now.
It was a minor spoiler, but if a minor spoiler is out there, major spoilers aren't far behind.
Yeah. So,
True.
But yeah. So let's talk that fucking bombshell. So,
Wait. Before we get to the bombshell,
yes,
there's one thing.
Yes.
It's a really, really minor thing, and it's not important to the grand scheme of things, but it could come up again in the next episode. So let's talk about Mother Milk, and he had a little bit of a meltdown in front of his family. Like, he didn't even want to be here with the boys, right? He didn't want to sign back up with Butcher. He wanted to just concentrate on his family. But now that he sees this guy who's like pro-Homelander and taking his daughter out to a Homelander rally, he lost his shit right in front of his daughter, and he's not a family man anymore, right? Like, he's out. He's gonna be divorced and stuff.
Yeah,
I think he's still a family man. I wouldn't say he's not a family man. He's still very much a family man.
But he's not going to be able to be with his family anymore. And to Kid Blue's point, like, we don't really care about the Deep and his divorce and stuff like that. But I really feel like for Mother's Milk, a divorce is coming, and it's a lot more.
Aren't they already divorced?
Painful.
I'm confused.
They're
are they
split.
still
They're going
legally
through
divorced?
I thought they were divorced. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Well, he had a chance to
all right,
get
they're
back
already
together.
They're already separate. So I don't know if like an actual legal divorce is gonna do much. What I will say is that like his daughter is unfortunately like she is kind of being groomed by the stepdad. So that like we saw the reaction she had. So like that was unfortunate. But it's like at the same time I wouldn't change a thing that MM did, bro. That man deserved to be knocked out for what he said and for what he did.
Yeah, and I think his wife basically or whatever is basically taking a side on it because she was like, "You did what?" So I mean, she's they might
like
get
she
back
was
together over that, you know.
She was appalled that he knocked him out, as we saw by reaction. But she's definitely not in support of what Todd's been doing.
Yeah. The only real mistake he made was just not saying go in the house before you. Like you give that 10-second doorway before you put them food flops on him, and then you let them know. But like, as soon as you go to that door around that corner, you gonna get it. So I'm just letting you know right now.
Didn't wait. Hold on, because I rewatched. Didn't he say, "Hey, I want to talk to in private"? Didn't he like say that to his daughter? Like, I need to talk to in private.
I don't remember words in private.
He was trying to, I think.
Yeah,
so.
he said, "I need to talk to you in private." Like he was trying, but he just didn't. Yeah, he didn't take the extra initiative to get her in the house.
You got to get the 10-second doorway before you. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
As someone who has daughters who have had a stepfather, sometimes you gotta be like, yo, you gonna catch it. You'll catch it. Sometimes it happens. You know what I'm saying?
If someone took your daughter to a Homelander rally.
Could you imagine? So like the gentleman who was my daughter's stepfather, great guy, whatever. Could you imagine some dude took my daughter to a Trump rally? Yo, I'm driving all the way down there the whole time, just like. So, it happens.
Yeah, and that's obviously that was, where they were kind of leaning with that too, like politically speaking.
Yeah, I think that's where they were going with
it.
It turned up to 11, but turned up to 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Homelander is the best. Like,
yeah, and that's just it. Like her daughter only sees the Homelander on TV, whereas MM and Homelander have history. So.
I found everything Todd said hilarious because obviously we know all the information. Like he's like Starlight's trafficking kids the same age as like my students.
They're telling the truth.
Gullible.
What are you talking about? It's so funny because he's like, don't listen to the establishment media, but him himself is listening to the establishment media. I was like, that's just funny, man.
Dude, all these people who are watching the news who thinks these soups are so great, it's they're so brainwashed. They have no idea what the soups are really like. And can you really blame Todd for being such a misinformed sheep?
I just love the stories that they're telling about Starlight. Like, she's trafficked. That's like,
what a diversion.
Every teen that enters her foundation disappears. I'm like, can we fact check this, bro? Like, this should not be hard to fact check.
Of all the crimes,
I'm like, that's what this is. It's a Pizzagate thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maeve's in on it. It's a hot thing. It's a thing.
It's so weird how you could try to paint Starlight as like the bad guy here when she went live and like kind of was really sincere about everything that was going on, like in front of the damn Herogasm debacle or whatever, the destruction, and she was sincere, she was out, and then they tried to spin it in a way like actually in the beginning of the episode totally went away from everything that she talked about and said, she was involved with Kimiko, and she was involved with this female and stuff like that, and she was just trying to divert away from what Starlight was saying.
And they regret ever putting her in the 7. Remember Vaught's statement?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, true story.
All right. So.
The big reveal.
Yeah. So it's 10 o'clock. Let's talk about the big reveal and call next. We really want to watch this finale. But, so yes, the big reveal, as everybody knows. All right, last spoiler warning for those. Spoiler show anyway. It's, yes,
we said it
Soldier Boy is, you are the father. I don't know if anybody remembers the Maury show.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. So, my thoughts on it real quick. I didn't see it coming. I was just as surprised as everybody else. I don't read the comics, so I want to wait till after the show's over. But my take it, the way I take it is like 2 things. One, I feel like there's going to be a team up. I think Soldier Boy and Homelander, it's going to take a turn for the worse for everybody else because I think those 2 are going to team up. Now,
that's crazy.
The other thing that nobody's talking about, Homelander is basically the first natural-born soup. So we know that now, that he was actually born, like, he has a father, he was, I mean, Anders, he's got a grandson, too. Soldier Boy's got a grandson. He's got a son and a grandson that are soups. Naturally born soups, not with the compound
Not
V.
born and then given the V.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're actually born soups. So that was interesting. That's all I got. So that's just like born soups, and I think they're going to team up. So everybody else, just go ahead and go.
I want to say one thing, that this whole thing, if this is a team up between Homelander and Soldier Boy, and it looks like it is, that means Billy Butcher fucked up big time.
Yeah.
Because his whole plan to try to take down Homelander by getting Soldier Boy backfired and blew up in his face. And his other plan, his backup plan to inject himself with Temp V to try to take him down himself, is going to kill him. And that's also going to backfire and blow up in his face. This is a horrible situation with Homelander, yes. But everything he has done has just made things worse and worse and worse. Kind of like Raiden in Mortal Kombat 9 story mode, but I digress. My point is, Billy Butcher hasn't found a way yet to get this right. What the hell is this going to do to him?
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, I disagree. And here, absolutely, I disagree. And here is why, kind sir. I think what's going to happen is because there's one still element out there. There's one member of Payback and we still got to get. And that is the one person that Homelander actually likes. And that's Black Noir. And that's the one way that Billy can get between the 2 of them. He's like, look, this dude's trying to keep you away from your last target. And that can become a problem, right? But Billy can play that between the 2.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it was also Black Noir that sold him out.
Yeah.
So out of everybody he killed, they were
That's the one he wants
part
the
of
most.
it. It was Black Noir.
Yeah.
And one thing that this reveal really shows about Homelander, we seen it last season with Stormfront. He's just so desperate to have someone that is connected with him a little bit. Like Stormfront manipulated him as like, oh, you're the love of my life, all that stuff. He thought he found real love. And now he thinks that, now he knows that he has a father. And now he's like going to be connected to his father. And he's sort of being used as a pawn. He was used as a pawn last season. And now he's going to be used as a pawn this season. And I think with Black Noir, he's going to try to snap out of it. I think they're going to wind up fighting again because of Black Noir. But it really shows the weakness of Homelander, of him just wanting, because he said it throughout the season, like even though instilling fear in people is what he likes, he's still a little part of him still wants to be loved. And so that's what Soldier Boy is trying to manipulate him into, and saying that you're my son. I mean, it's real, but I mean, he's manipulating him with that, and the same thing that Stormfront did last season.
So you
I'll build off of that.
Even further with the what ifs here. Basically, right now what we're talking about is that Homelander's going to have to make a choice. Does he help out Black Noir or does he help out Soldier Boy? But if Butcher takes the side of Black Noir, that leaves him with a choice. And if Soldier Boy finds out about his grandson and takes him somehow.
I'm wondering about that dynamic right there.
Yeah, what the hell's Ryan?
I want to say, to build off what KB was saying, I do think they're going to fight again. the Black Noir thing never even popped in my mind. So shots Dion. I think you were the guy that brought it up first.
He did.
I thought they were gonna fight, because whether it's somehow in the next finale or I think in season 4, I don't know if we got confirmation if Jensen Ackles is gonna be in season 4. Part of me has a sneaking suspicion that he is, but like he's done such a great job with Soulja Boy. Like my thing was always, or when I saw it was that I think that they're gonna be, together as father and son for a while, having that iron fist over the world for a couple episodes or whatnot. But at some point, I think it's gonna come back to the mirror conversation where he has to eliminate the last piece of himself that's human, and now that has become having a father. I think that he is gonna end up killing Soulja Boy somehow, some way, whether that is in the season finale that we're all about to watch or sometime in season 4. I think, once again, I think they're gonna team up, but I think the reason he's gonna turn around and kill him is because they're building towards him being that ruthless, just non-humanoid, evil, pure like marble, like the mirror said, but just pure evil that he's gonna be, because he's not pure evil right now. You know what I'm saying? There's still a little bit of him, like we all mentioned, that wants that human love. The only part of him that's human just got introduced with Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy is still volatile with those Havoc themes though too. So even if he has good intentions being near Homelander, he could potentially still hurt him or something happen with that.
Yeah. So I want to hit upon something Kid Blue touched on, and I thought it was a really interesting analysis you made about Homelander. I don't know if you guys remember as far back as Superman 2, but Ursa said that she figured out Superman's weakness. He actually cares for the people. And ironically enough, Homelander, as different as he is from... That's a cute dog. As different as he is from Superman, he's got the same weakness. He actually does care what the people think about him. So it's really interesting that he's based on Superman and he's like a twisted evil version of him, but still his powers are similar. And on this one point, they do have a little bit of overlap in their personality. They care about people.
Yes.
In some sick, twisted, demented way.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have anything else to say, or can I say the conspiracy theory now?
Conspiracy theory, go.
I love conspiracy theories.
Go ahead. Yeah, I want everybody to get their thoughts out before I present the conspiracy theory.
My last thought, I was thinking, how can you top this episode and the last episode? And what I would really like to see, I want to see Soulja Boy go after Black Noir, Homelander defend him, Butcher shows up, V to the gills, Huey's V to the gills, Mother's Milk figures the only way he's gonna get a piece. He V'd up to the gills. Then Frenchie's like, fucking Chemical got V'd up. I'm gonna V up to the gills. And we all show up and just bang like we're in the alley.
Yeah, what about my prediction?
What was that?
Supersonic not being dead yet.
Oh, Jesus. If he shows up V to the gills, then it's
wait.
Actually, you mentioned
Supersonic. Wait, you thought that was a fake? Maybe it was a fake body?
Yeah,
it was a fake.
Yeah, we Jets Joe's prediction. Jets Joe's prediction. But Dion, you just brought up a good point, Dion. You just dawned on me. Huey and Butcher probably can't V up anymore because they could die. But there's the next part. MM has only taken one dose. So
when did he take a dose?
When did he take a dose?
Didn't Billy force it on him?
What?
Oh, I don't remember that.
When?
I'm just saying that MM can take another dose and not die.
The man can take 3 doses. Yeah, he didn't take any.
I don't think he's taken a dose yet.
Frenchie can take a dose.
I think he tried to talk him into it, and he said no.
I'm just saying, they Huey and Butcher can't. So maybe, like I said, maybe Frenchie and MM will.
I mean, Huey and Butcher are pretty much as good as dead anyway. They took too many doses as it is, so they could just keep going.
There's gonna be plot armor for at least one of them, bro.
Yeah, one of them is gonna survive. And
at least.
Yeah.
I want to add one little twist into Dion's theory. Homelander may view Black Noir as a traitor. When he found out that he took his chip and he ran, he was like, no, he wouldn't do that. Now he's gonna know he did that. If Soulja Boy wants to go after Black Noir, Homelander might just let him. Homelander might join in on it. It could be Homelander and Soulja Boy versus everybody else.
Wait.
I'm kind of with that, yeah.
Throw A-Train in there because he's beholden to Vaught, but Annie has blackmail material on Deep. So put him on the other side and then V everybody else up, and that's a fight.
And I mean, not only that, but they have to keep the parodies going. And what better parody for a finale than to parody Avengers Endgame?
Ooh. Yeah.
Where they both sides go at each other.
I love it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Also, the Super Friends intro, same thing kind of happens.
Yes. or the X-Men intro. You know, Xavier and Magneto, they're side splashing.
It's a classic superhero trope. Hey, it's also like the MK Armageddon intro.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, so we're eager to watch the finale now. So why don't we just go in a circle, give a rating 1 through 10.
I thought Kush had the conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah, that's right, the conspiracy theory.
Let's go down the rabbit.
Not that I don't want to be here, but I'm eager to watch the episode. All right, Kush, what's your theory?
So, all right, we know who Homelander's dad is. Homelander's mother. I'm gonna get into some Game of Thrones theory area here.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Is Liberty, aka Stormfront, because she's the only superhero from that time we know to actually have the power of flight. And to this day, Homelander is still the only superhero we've seen with that version of flight, levitating. I think Annie can sort of fly, but she like uses the sparks. We never saw Crimson Countess fly. It's only been Liberty, aka Stormfront, and Homelander that has had that levitation, aka Superman flying ability ever in the entire show. And we know Liberty and Soulja Boy used to be together because they started Herogasm together.
So fucked up. I love it.
It would be so messed up, but it's so. That's why it's a Game of Thrones territory, because obviously he ended up getting with Stormfront in season 2.
I could be wrong.
But also remember,
not
not only the we know that Liberty was basically Soulja Boy's equal, if not superior to him because of her powers, but she was also like that ageless, the only other one to be ageless because of Compound V or something like that. And you know, Soulja Boy possibly equals a more powerful Soldier Boy, equals the upgrade of Homelander, which goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think Homelander's thinking along the same lines. He wants to get Maeve's eggs to make a more powerful him to continue the line.
It's a eugenics
That's my
thing.
Conspiracy theory.
Which is what Vaught's thing was all along.
Did she mention? I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that she did mention. Did she ever mention having a kid last season? When she was,
I don't know. I don't even if she did. I don't even think
she
that
went
she
back
would
into her
know
backstory,
that she had a kid.
Yeah, when she went back into her backstory, she said, I don't know.
She had more than one.
She had a daughter, Chloe.
Yeah, she had a daughter.
Listen, it could be the same thing as Soulja Boy, where they took her eggs, they took his fertilization, and they just did not let them know, bro.
Yeah, it could be.
You might not know.
Could be. That would be such a The Boys thing to do.
You got my mind twisted and turning now. Oh my god. You can get the
like I said, Annie is almost like a exception to the rule of flight because of the way her flying works.
Yeah.
Like Homelander has, I think, on purpose been the only guy we've seen fly. And then Stormfront as well has been the only one we've seen fly. And she levitates. She doesn't use her lightning powers to fly. Like, she actually levitates and whatnot.
Right.
Wow. I like it.
Okay. Well, that would be...
Conceive the Herogasm.
Yeah. That'd be so messed up.
Pretty Garden, you got any closing thoughts before we wrap it up here, or do you to add to anything to that, or no?
No, let's wrap it up.
All right. So
that's what she said.
All right, so we're gonna go around in a circle. Everybody will give their. Oh, look at. Hey, Nate Talk Sports. Thanks for coming in, man. As well as everybody else. I see Scott in there. I see a lot of people in there. Thanks for everybody joining us tonight. But yeah, we're gonna go around in a circle. We're gonna give a rating 1 through 10, closing thoughts, and we'll let all these fantastic people plug themselves in. By the way, all the links are in the description of the show notes. Please sub all these fantastic people up, and we'll wrap this up starting with the legendary, powerful leader of the Mortal Kombat fan community, Tab Monk 99.
All right. Hey, thank you again for having me on. I really enjoyed this discussion. Yes, obviously, I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I've made several Mortal Kombat references during tonight's show. Somehow, I've pulled it off. If you like Mortal Kombat and going deep into the lore, follow me at youtube.com/TabMock99. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at the same username, TabMock99. What did I think of this episode of The Boys? Well, I thought episode 7 was fantastic. It did not have the same level of action as last week's, but it matched it or maybe even surpassed it in every way with all the drama and all the buildup. And some of my favorite moments in the series were in this episode. I loved Starlight live streaming Homelander. I love seeing MM get freaked out over someone taking his daughter to a Homelander rally. I loved so much stuff going on with Mindstorm. Everything about it was just amazing. And the last couple weeks, I've been complaining about some of the political satire that I thought it fell short. I thought that they tried too hard and it was clumsy, it was forced, it didn't quite work. I didn't see any of that in this week's episode. I'm going to give this one a perfect 10.
Very, very nice. I'm with you on that one. All right. The queen of JRPGs, the Pretty Guardian. Again, thanks for being here with us once again. Go ahead, give a rating 1 through 10 and general thoughts and plug yourself in.
Absolutely. I am Pretty Guardian. You can find me at youtube.com/prettyguardian. For my final rating of this episode, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, which is to say it was excellent. It was great writing. It was great drama. The slow pacing, to me, it was a little bit jarring, maybe going from Herogasm to this, but I can definitely see lots of potential bombs to go off in this season finale. So definitely looking forward to this next episode.
Excellent. And Kid Blue making his NerdCage debut. Plug yourself in, give a rating 1 through 10, general thoughts. And I actually got a question for your boss.
Yes.
I asked this to all of our guests eventually, so would you be open to coming back to NerdCage Live sometime?
Of course, dude, of course.
All right, cool, man. All right, so plug yourself away, my dude.
For sure. So, yeah, I'm Kid Blue. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube. So far as the only social media I really use at Kid Blue, RB27, same thing. But yeah, as far as my rating goes, I'd probably have to give it a solid 7 out of 10. This is not to say it was a bad episode at all. This is just going by like the boys standards. So 7 out of 10 for the boys is like a lot better than a 7 out of 10 for any other show or movie that I watched. So it's just mainly because of, I guess I'm coming off of the Herogasm episode high, and this pacing was a little bit slow. I feel like they touched up on so many character arcs in this episode. It's going to be hard to try to wrap them up or try to continue them in the finale when we've got like one main focus about in the finale with Soldier Boy and Homelander. So I felt like it was a lot of things at once, and then we obviously had a Black Noir sort of beginning his arc so late in the season. So I guess that's kind of the reason why I have to give it a 7 for the boy standards. But everything else I enjoyed. The writing is always excellent. Never have a problem with it at all. It's comical when it needs to be. It's I guess worrying about the characters when it needs to be. I love every aspect of it. So yeah, a solid 7 out of 10. The bombshell just does it for me as well at the end. So I'm very excited about the finale. But yeah, I feel like this is just a calm before the storm type episode where they try to wrap up as much as they can with all these character arcs and then move on to the finale and then obviously next season.
Excellent. Kush rocking the new look, man. Go ahead, plug yourself away, my dude, and of course, give a rating of this episode and whatnot.
So, just like Kid Blue, I cover the Giants. He's, in fact, my co-host on one of our podcasts, The Young Guns, and he appears every now and again on my solo one, Just Chilling. If you want anything Giants related, New York Giants, that is, not San Francisco Giants, because I barely watch baseball, very casual fan. Definitely check me out. I am at the Hub YT on basically every single platform, or the Hub_YT. Enough about that, though. With this episode and the boys, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Loved basically everything about it. Can't wait to see what they do in the finale. Even if, like Kid Blue said, he's not sure how they're going to wrap up the storylines, I'll be fine with them leaving it on a cliffhanger. Because, well, there's almost always a cliffhanger at the end of, like, any show that has multiple seasons, right? At a season finale, you got to draw you back in somehow. I'm fine with them leaving it at that as well to get us back for season 4. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to make it for Sunday night, but I'm definitely, as soon as this is over, just watching that episode,
Oh,
man.
absolutely. Yeah, I know. Sundays are tricky, but like I said, I'm going to be gone next week, so that's why I chose
If you could do Saturday at all, bro, I would make it, but Sunday I'm out.
Well, the thing is, I think Dave is tight and Goji's doing a stream Saturday. He wants me to be a part of it, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Like I said, I want to give people time to watch the episode too, so that's really why I'm doing it Sunday.
Understandable.
Yeah. All right, but man, Kush, thanks for being here as always, man. And like I said, I love what you bring to the table. You not only you're a wealth of sports knowledge, but you got the strength of geek knowledge like no other. So definitely appreciate you being here, my dude. Keep up the awesome work, man. I love what you do, man. You're definitely the way you run things inspires NerdCage Life for sure.
Thank you.
Dion motherfucking McGill, Chicago, Illinois, of Off the Beaten podcast, man. Again, you are one of our fan favorites. You're a beloved figure here at NerdCage Live, and we just always love your company. We love what you bring to the table as always, man. Dish it out and plug yourself in, my dude.
Yeah. Just first things first, man. Off the Beaten podcast for people. If you want to know the inside dope about Chicago, everyone talks about this magical town. They think they know what's going on. You can tune into my podcast where I actually talk about it. I give you inside scoop, and I talk to the people, most importantly, that make this city one of the best in the world. So check that out. We're not even gonna talk about the YouTube thing, whatever. I love this episode. Like I said before, action is easy to do to some degree, right? People who do it well, it's easy to do, right? And they've done action throughout this
Frozen
story is much harder. I think to me it is, right? And I think they pulled it off well. It was great to finally see what makes Butcher, right? And you see he's basically a mirror of his father, right? And then you see, and then we signed Black Noir and and so on and so forth. And I really enjoyed it. I would give this episode a 10 because it held up, especially following Hero-gasm and the huge fight and everything. I just thought that this one held up very well, told a good story. I can't wait. And I really, of all the things in this episode, the one thing I was the least excited about was actually the bombshell. And what actually got me excited about it now is Kush with his theory. Now I'm super excited. I'm like, I'll be going to the next episode. Who's the mom? That's all I want to know.
Not the mama.
Who the mama?
I just want to know who's the mom.
That's why it's so fun to talk about these
watch us just never find out.
Right? They're just gonna gloss over it.
Right. So thank you for that, Kush. I appreciate. Now you got me excited about that. Other than that, it's always great to be with you guys and gals, hear your perspectives and such, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Jay. I will not be here Sunday. I am gonna be at Taste of Chicago all day, every day this weekend.
But that's okay. That's okay, because I'm going to see you on Tuesday. I'm fucking ready for Rage Against the Machine, man. I get to go with you. I'm fucking excited.
And if anybody, if you guys are near Chicago, man, come in. I'm actually off work all next week except for Monday. If you're going to G-Fest, I'm going to be at G-Fest at least one day that weekend. Yes. I'm going to be around town all during the week. I got Rage Against the Machine. I got some other concert I'm going to. I got stuff all over the place. So if you're around, come to Chicago, have a good time. I'll get you on my podcast. We'll talk all the skinny and we'll smoke some weed because that's what we do in Chicago. So.
I cannot wait for Tuesday, man. I'm like counting the days, like I can't wate to be on vacation. I can't wait to get out of here. I haven't been anywhere since the pandemic started. Okay, so I can't wait to go to Chicago. I just get that deep. I know Kush is in New York City, but I know it's gonna be blasphemy. But man, I love that deep dish so fucking much. I can't wait.
No. We're not just for the record. We're not having deep dish. No, that is not Chicago pizza. Pub style is Chicago pizza, and I know all the best places.
Okay,
so we're gonna get pub style.
Now not coming.
Right,
now not coming.
I'm ready. I want to go to Auchevelle. I want to go to Wiener Circle, Auchevelle. Wiener Circle and Auchevelle. Okay, that's
I can respect pub style pizza because it actually looks like pizza and not like a tomato pie with cheese in it. That's what deep dish is. A tomato paste pie.
Tomato paste pie.
Chicago makes the best New York style pizza.
Behave yourself.
What?
Behave yourself.
All right.
I don't know about that one.
Joe from Fall One Gaming, plug your thoughts on the episode, and of course, tell them about the games we're gonna play when we get back.
Yes, when Jay gets back from his vacation, we will be playing every Tuesday Bayonetta.
Yeah!
We have never played before, so that should be lots of fun. A lot of fun first for us. And every Friday going forward will be the original God of War.
Amen. I'm looking forward to playing as Kratos.
This episode goes. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Great storytelling, great origin stories. Seems like they were able to tie up any loose ends and, extra characters we needed to see. And then, it's just a great setup for the final battle that is to come.
Amen. I have not given any of these episodes in season 3 less than a 10. This is still a 10 for me. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. Again, Tabmonk said it best. We had an action-oriented episode last week. This one was more dramatized, and it worked. Great way to follow up. It's almost like when you watch Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. Both movies are fantastic, but for different reasons, and that's what this episode felt like. I just want to also reiterate, let me just regurgitate one last time, that Sunday will be the boys' finale spoiler discussion. If y'all can make it, I know it's unusual for us to do a Sunday stream. We've done it before, but like I said, I'm leaving for Chicago Monday night, which is why we're going to do it Sunday, and I don't want to wait 2 weeks to do a stream. Plus, we're going on hiatus on YouTube anyway. So if you guys can be there, you have 3 days to watch episode 8, and we're going to spoil the shit out of it Sunday night. Hopefully, y'all can make it. I understand if some people can't, or you want to just tune in later, that's perfectly fine. Also, tomorrow, the Mount Rushmore of action stars. We're going to determine once and for all if we were to blow up Mount Rushmore and replace it with our favorite. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central motherfuckers, and the motherfuckers out west, it's 6 o'clock. Really looking forward to it. The video's still baking in the oven, but it's smelling mighty fine right now, and I cannot wait to unleash this beast.
And Jay,
tomorrow night.
It's going to be 7 Mountain Time, which is actually where Mount Rushmore really is.
Oh! Yeah. I did not plan that. Now I'm glad you said that. So
Trust us, we'll love this one. It is jam-packed and juicy as fuck. So
And some of y'all been saying, Jay, is there going to be a skit? Is there going to be a skit? Yes. There'll be a skit.
And you'll love it.
You'll love it. Yeah. I especially love it, just saying. And one more thing. We're going to do a Twitch after party. So after it airs, me and Joe gonna let our nuts hang out on the couch, and we're gonna just watch. We're gonna react to videos on Twitch. We're not gonna game.
That won't be on camera, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. We're gonna hang out on Twitch. We're gonna be a Twitch after party, and we're just gonna react to like random videos on the internet, Tourette's guy, whatever, and we're just gonna have fun, hang out, and we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about. And again, after this premiere and after our Sunday stream, we are going to be taking a break, much needed break. I need the break. And we're going to rebrand a little bit, but we're going to have 2. Let me just say this right now. Let me just put the camera on me. We're going to have 2 bombshells for you. We're going to have a reveal of what the new NerdCage is going to look like. And then the other reveal is a giveaway. I will not say what it is, but I promise you guys, I promise y'all, it's going to change everything. So look forward to it. We don't know when we'll make these announcements, but if you're on the Facebook discussion group that is NerdCage Nation, and on Instagram and on Twitter, we will definitely give everybody a heads up, and I'm sure I'll do a community post. And we're gonna be on, and we're still gonna Twitch. Me and Joe are still gonna Twitch, and we'll keep you posted on when we're ready to drop these bombshells. That being said, please subscribe to all these fine people you see on screen right now. Now that they are fantastic and unique individuals with talent of creating content, entertaining and wholesome content, they are even better friends. And I am grateful. I'm the luckiest nerd on the planet to have them. And I'm glad that we got to talk the boys for these last few weeks. And I can't wait to talk more boys on Sunday and look forward to Mount Rushmore. Again, thank you to everybody on screen. I really mean that. You guys mean the world to me. That being said, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like Compound V24. That being said, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, Florida, Chicago, Illinois, Portland, Oregon, to all of our friends and fans, and New York City, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, The Hub, Kid Blue, Off the Bean Podcast, The Pretty Guardian, Tab Monk 99, to all of our friends around the world at NerdCage Live. Please, as always, enjoy life. Stay safe. Do your push-ups. Eat your vegetables. Watch the boys. And good night.
Night.
Stick around for these awesome promos and get trapped in the cage, motherfuckers!
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!